say to me when I say to you Suzuka?
Oof, it's difficult. Many. Maybe the most emotional race that I've ever been.
3 words would be, I could give you many, but I can just think of physically and mentally draining because it's so tough.
You need to get Johnny back.
For me, it was the first time that I've been there. It was impressive. The temperature is so high, the humidity is so high. The track temperature normally is more than 50 degrees. It's crazy.
You know, it's tough. I can sit here and talk about my idea to go and win the 8 hours, but honestly, we're the real underdogs. You know, Kawasaki hasn't won the race for 26 years. But we went with a completely new team infrastructure this year, a lot of people from KRT. And whilst the goal from outside was to try and win the race, I actually thought that was a little bit far-fetched.
Whoa, yeah, swear to God I'm with it. I don't see nobody in my lane, it's quite go get it. Like, whoa, please don't be wasting my time with that.
I've been quite at the forefront of the setup of the bike over the last few years, and initially the first years it was pretty much the Team Green bike and what the 2 Japanese riders had. Years 2 and 3 it was more for the bike that I had, but then the last 2 years with Johnny coming on board and working with Perry and his guys, the setup, you know, the footrest position, the seat position, the tank has been what Johnny's used to. So always as a rider at Suzuka, it's always a compromise.
Me get this cash, you ain't mention, yeah dog, I'm done with all that talk. Yeah. No, I don't do pay to play, I get paid to play. Since I'm playing games to get paid for me, man, swear to God I'm walking. Yeah. I seen the type before about 100 times.
Preparation has been, let me say, you know, not better, not worse, but just different, because we have to put together people from KRT, from Keichai, from Kawasaki Japan, Team Green. And then, okay, in the test we've been working, trying to work all together. I think we make a very good job, everybody works very well. The lap time.
The gear?
But in your faster lap, you find a good slipstream here.
I close gas.
Oh my God.
I close gas.
What do you mean you close?
So Suzuki coming very fast right side, I little close and open again.
Yeah, but the speed here, in the end, you make me mad, because compared to you was 15 kilometers faster, and I thought what John is doing bad, and it's just the slipstream because he's going down, the gearbox is long, and he
Really good.
1.5 tenths, only here.
But he's too light.
Yeah, honestly, the relationship between both me, Johnny and Top Right over the race week, working with one crew chief, working with one electronics guy, trying to set the bike up based off of 3 comments, you know, it's a big job.
So going into Saturday, we only had to do really a free practice and a super pole, and the rain came out, so I don't have so much experience with the Bridgestone wet tyres, so I was quite happy just to sit in the box. Kind of took the pressure off a little bit.
Smile. I'm ready. Suzuka is quite special itself because the atmosphere, the fans, the history of the race, how important it is for the Japanese manufacturers. So maybe the race itself is the difference.
I can say it's maybe one of the most intensive and best experience in racing of my life. I mean, I have more than 30 years in racing, but this year has been really special.
I invited him to Portugal last year and he was going to come but couldn't make it in the end, but he's coming this year, so big company, Kawasaki. Hope we can make him proud today.
For Kawasaki, it's very important in Japan to win this race. And the last 2 years make a big effort to win.
For me, it's not about how fast you can go or your capability as a rider. It's about having a level head. Sometimes, you need to be pushing fast because the pace is so fast at Suzuka, but at the same time, you need to be able to switch that fast mode to, passing people safely, coming across numerous situations every lap, and being able to not have that hairy youngness of, I'm going to go through no matter what. And I believe that, I felt I managed that quite well, and it's only through experience that you actually do get that.
I've never been so relaxed going into a race because I didn't feel the pressure was on us. Leon did a perfect start. He held that lead group until I got the bike, and that kind of took the pressure off me because we were kind of in the mix then. Everything had started. Yeah, he's doing awesome, Leon. Just hanging in that front group. So it's the idea just to try and stay there. We discussed it at the start, and there's a lot to happen. So let's see. I mean, I hate starting the race. It's I've done it before. I prefer to be the second guy because then you understand how the race is playing out and you can ride accordingly. Whether you've got to chase down a target or whether you've got to consolidate the gap you've got.
If you know racing, you know that anything can happen.
I look at his eyes and say, Johnny, this race is ours.
The first hours were crazy, because it was Yamaha, then was Kawasaki, then was Honda. They've been changing the lead of the race also.
It was all about, putting yourself in a good position, saving fuel, so then all the other stints you could probably run a more high power map. And yeah, it's about not being phased if someone pulls away like Sylvain did at the beginning, because it's an 8-hour race, We knew we was in a good place. It was all about being consistent.
In the last stint I said, Johnny, I cannot do anything. The bike is done. I mean, we just change tires and go. But you can do the job because you are the world champion and of course you are the best rider here. This means I'm sure you can make the difference.
Johnny's pace and rhythm was a step above everybody else's, so I didn't feel the pressure to go out there and pull a 3-4 second lead every time I went out.
I remember getting on the bike after that last pit stop and feeling so amped to go out there and give it my all, and we did, and I had a 30-second gap before the spits of rain came, about 20 minutes to go, 25 minutes to go. And then there was that famous last lap where, we're going to talk about that for probably years.
We need to get Johnny back.
We realized that you are so close to get the ball and the target, and in the very last moment, boom, someone or something takes for you, you know. It was so close, was the last lap, you know.
I had faith and confidence that it was going to be good and it was going to be happy. You know, I keep saying a roller coaster of emotion, and for me that explains it.
5th win in a row for Yamaha.
I don't know. You know, to be honest, we didn't deserve to win. We made so many mistakes, especially with the pit stop. And
the Kawasaki guys did a good job today. 2 riders, Leon and Johnny, they were fantastic. And I noticed at the end, yeah, obviously I feel a bit sorry for them, but you know, sometimes in life you have to take it when, you know, even if you feel like you don't deserve it. But
for me, the worst feeling was for the riders, and especially for Johnny.
You know, I'm a grown man and tears filled my eyes, and I was the guy that lost us the 8 hour. I could hear the fireworks go off, I could hear the podium in the background, and we were sat there packing our bags. You know, we had an early flight the next morning, so Leon and myself and Toprak and all our assistants, we headed back to the hotel, and we just sat down to order our food, and then I got a call from Yuri, my mechanic.
I took my phone and my first thinking was call him and give him the news, you know, because I feel so bad for him.
The restaurant was quiet, but not quiet enough that I could hear him clearly. He says, "Hey, we've won the race." And I kind of went in one ear and out the other, and I asked him to repeat what he says. I said, "Do you mean Suzuka, we've won?" And he says, "Yeah." And I stood up in the restaurant. It was completely full. I stood up and screamed. That call felt like the podium. You know, it's not better, but it was almost the same feeling, getting that news.
One, there was some sense in race control, and we got given the result. So much, oh man, so much effort, you know. We prepared this race in 2 tests with KRT, KMJ and KHI. I'm so proud of them all. You know? Proud of Leon, Toprak. We did it. Yes! Yes! Woo!
Roller coaster is not the word. From everyone being in tears to obviously getting the news sitting in a restaurant that we actually did win it. Yeah, I have no words. You know, good we didn't get to stand on top of the podium and look down on everyone, but you know, the result is in, and we've won Suzuka 8 hours. So yeah, so proud of the team, so proud of Johnny. Yeah, words can't describe it, and yeah, all worthwhile now. The satisfaction was from performing the 8 hours that we performed, and obviously we did that regardless of what happened in the last minute. You know, struggling to ride the bike with a physical injury, but battling through to be there, to be leading the race with 20 seconds, to, you know, having oil spill, having rain come, crashing, taking the result taken away from us, and then getting reinstated 2 hours later. Cannot explain the emotion that you go through in that, you know, 8 hour window.